You that this next story is disturbing. It is a shocking case unfolding in upstate New York. Two teens allegedly beaten during a church ritual. One of them died, and now their parents, seen here, Bruce and Deborah Leonard, are charged with the crimes. Police say it happened at a church in New Hartford, New York, where 4 other members face accusations as well. Investigators say the group beat the 17 and 19-year-old boys to get them to confess their sins. Their mother's attorney says she felt helpless to stop it, and now police say the boy who died wanted out. Let's bring in our legal panel now. David Schwartz is here. He's a defense attorney and former prosecutor. Mercedes Cohen is here as well, Fox News legal analyst. I'm happy to see both of you. I want to start with you, Mercedes. Was it the right decision to charge these parents? And I want to know what's the maximum charge they could get and the penalty they could face, and then what's the minimum?
Sure, great question. I mean, certainly they were. We know so far that they were there. We know that the parents actually struck both of their teens, which is stomach churning, that they allowed. And meanwhile, the beating was over a 14-hour period. These children were relentlessly beaten for 14 hours.
With a cord.
Yes, with the cord, and the parents are just standing there. So we don't know. Well, certainly they're facing manslaughter charges, but like David and I were talking before airtime, they can actually be charged up when they presented before the jury. The jury, not the jury, the grand jury. The grand jury can say, oh, no, we're going to actually say this is depraved indifference. What they allowed these children to endure is akin to murder, not manslaughter.
So, David, let's talk about the defense for the parents. What possible argument might the defense mount to get the parents off the hook, if that's even possible, or to minimize even the current charges?
Well, first of all, we're not dealing with a minor, so that should be. So we're dealing with a 19-year-old. That's first thing. Second of all,
why does that
well, there's a big difference, because then if we're dealing with a minor, then the parents put the minor in that situation. We're dealing with an adult victim here, so that's a very important point as to the parents' culpability. Number two, we don't know any of the facts in this situation. We really don't know. We know the parents were somewhat involved. We heard through innuendo there were six beatings by one of the parents. So we don't know who caused the death. This was a beating that happened all night long. So what I want to see the police do a full investigation. There are 30 people involved, and the culpable individuals should be charged with murder, like Mercedes said. It all depends on what the grand jury does. So all the facts need to be put in there in front of the grand jury.
Okay, so if you're prosecuting this, how do you build a case?
I mean, certainly going back to what David said, you're going to interview anyone. When you've got a large group like this, someone's going to confess. Someone's going to say, give me leniency, and I'm going to tell you exactly what took place in that room. So get one of them to turn the dime on the others, because there's some sort of conspiracy. It's all very odd. And this whole thing about a church ritual, I mean, it sounds much more like more of a cult.
Which is my next question for you. My final question, David, is there any way these church leaders are going to be protected by some statute, like, religious or counseling statutes that I can't imagine?
Absolutely not. If they're involved, and if this is a cult, and it looks like it's a cult, this doesn't look like a church. It looks like a cult. And certainly the church leaders may be involved in brainwashing the members, and that may be also a defense for the parents if they were brainwashed into this whole thing. So we have to see how this all plays out.
I'll tell you what, seeing my son being beat down like that would have snapped my brain right into place, and I'd have been on top of somebody else.
It's a nightmare.
Absolutely. Stomach churning for anybody, for any parents out there. It's ridiculous.
So let's just get rid of that.
Exactly.
And I want to end on a quick happy note. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, happy birthday
Mercedes.
to you, Arnell, too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, David.
Thanks, David.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Eric.
Happy birthday. Wow.